Jaron, you can lose these people without any regret. They're not worth being upset about. Well, I've kind of noticed, I mean, people you thought were friends that really aren't. So yeah, it's not like I'm terribly broken up about it. I guess what I'm most upset about is just people that believe you for 10 years, but then you realize, did they ever believe you, or they just believed you because you were saying flat earth stuff? That's the unfortunate part, okay? And I get it. Your thing might be, but Jaron, you got to go down there. This is, okay, I get that. So take what I'm saying and use it to go observe the world. And you might find out that we were in fact wrong. But before we start, let me guess that you're already foaming at the mouth. I don't like to look at the chat when I'm going through things because I can already hear it. Freemason, you took the paycheck. Well, listen, my friends. If I was getting paid to push the globe, I'd definitely be doing something else, like, I don't know, sitting on a beach or something, doing something fun. But I'm not getting paid to do this. Just remember that I was one of you just a month ago, okay? I spent years diving headfirst into all these conspiracies, into the flat earth, into arguing with globers, calling everything perspective. But at a certain point, you get tired of what I would call mental gymnastics, right? So it gets more ridiculous over time. It just becomes a constant circus where you basically have to step back and say, wait a fucking second here. Let's think about this. Could I be the one who's wrong? And when an opportunity was presented to me to go find that out, I took advantage of it. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are today. I'm not here to please you, in case you thought that. I'm not here to sugarcoat shit. There's plenty of people that'll do that. You can prove for yourself that the earth is actually a sphere, okay? So yes, I said it. You heard it here first, that Jaron is a globe believer. If that hurts your feelings, I'm sorry. It shouldn't be an issue. I don't care about your beliefs. If you told me you were a globe believer, I'd say, oh, okay, thanks. And then I would ask you, could you tell me why? Could you give me the reasons why? And if you could present 8 easy for me to understand facts that I'm able to go check myself, then guess what? How could I have anything against you? And this is not because NASA said so. This is not because some government agency told me to say so. This is reality. Reality said to do it. So we'll go through a Durant real quick, which are kind of just me spouting off about what the show is going to be about. But like I said, I'm guilty as charged of being a truther, telling the truth to the truth community. And how dare I? How dare I do that? Because it obviously has frustrated many people. And that's one thing that you can't do in the truth community. Who would have thought? In the truth community, you cannot tell the truth to truthers. That's the biggest offense, I guess, because truthers don't actually want the truth. Have you noticed? They want conspiracy. They want the whole world to be a big stage, a script, a giant deception, designed just for you, designed just for them. Because God forbid that something is actually what it appears to be. No. Everything has to be exactly what the truthers say, even though reality may sometimes say different. And guess what? While there's some decent researchers in the truth community, many are terrible. Very bad. So I'm here to kind of, I guess you could call me a lunatic. I mean, you can call me crazy, because I'm standing in front of you with the audacity today, the gall to say, hey guys, I maybe made a mistake. Maybe I was wrong. We just got this one wrong. And it's not a big deal. If we all just accept that and move on, there's plenty of other things to research. There's plenty of other things to look into. We were talking last night about how funny it is that we make fun of people who watch sports. And we say, oh, these guys are just wasting their time watching sports. Well, how many people are wasting their time learning about upward rising Earth and wasting their time in a debate, flat Earth versus globe Earth, when at this point, the truth has come to the surface, okay? What we did is, if you remember, back in the beginning of flat Earth, and I'm talking 10 years ago, everybody who was involved understood the implications of the South. And what it meant was either they're lying about the South or they're being honest about the South. And if they're lying about it, then flat Earth is probably the reason. And if they're telling the truth about it, well, then there is no chance of the Earth being flat. Okay, and that's where we stand today. I went down there. I saw it, okay? And I'm going to give you the ways that you can think about it, and then you'll realize that we got this one wrong. So what did I get for it? What do I get for coming back and telling you guys what I saw? Do I get a, hey, Jaron, thanks a lot for looking into this with an open mind? And no, I get called a shill. I get called a sellout, a Freemason, a Jesuit, a CIA plant. What else have I been heard? An undercover agent, controlled opposition, right? Probably a reptilian or something. I don't know what people have said. Because, of course, that's the only logical explanation. I must be a shape-shifting lizard government agent. God forbid I actually went to Antarctica, saw the sun do some crazy-ass shit, and decided to follow the actual... We could have just kept desperately bending over backwards to make a broken model work, but it got disgusting. When Stephen Alonso came along, deciding to tell you guys lies, and you all backed him and promoted him and pushed him. When we steal from the globe Earth what the globe says the observation should be, we place it on a flat map and say, oh, we predicted that. That's disgusting. It's gross. You should be, knocked out of contention with that. And look, I get it. It's fun. It's fun to think that everything is a conspiracy, that it's fun to feel like you're in the middle of the biggest cover up in human history. But so, like you're Neo or something in the Matrix, dodging government bullets and exposing these great lies. But sometimes, and I'm not saying on all of them, I believe a lot of the same things, but sometimes reality is just reality. And sometimes you realize that, you know what, there's some things they can't fake. One of those things is the shape of the earth. Okay, and we'll get into that and why that is the fact. Sometimes the truth is actually what the mainstream says it is, mostly because there's no other way it could be. So we're going to get into that because we're going to talk about how you can't map something. Let's say that you have a flat world and you map it on a sphere. That's fine. You can do that. And you could tell the people, hey, you actually live on a sphere, and they might believe you until it comes to observations. There's no way you can make the observations of the flat plane work on the sphere. It'd be impossible. And that's what we're basically saying happened. And now I realize it cannot happen. It's not possible. So it is actually just true. So the truth community, where questioning NASA is mandatory, I get it. Questioning science is mandatory, I get it. Questioning history is mandatory, I get it. But questioning a theory that some guys on YouTube came up with, blasphemy. Can't do that. So that's where the line is drawn, I guess, and that's the one thing that you can't question. So you know what that is, if you guys don't know? What does that sound like? It is a religion. It is a religion. It's dogma. It's fundamentalist. It's cult level bullshit. And I ain't playing around anymore. I ain't playing that game anymore. I'd rather be hated for being honest than loved for lying to keep the club happy. Okay? I don't care about the happiness of people who don't want to change their opinions when new facts come to light. So here I am, the ex-flat earther. I'm trying to think if I should call myself the former flat earther. What do you think of that? The TFFE. Anyway, the guy that decided that evidence actually matters more than YouTube subscribers, unfortunately. As you can see from the numbers of how many people are watching this, it's not very many. But if that makes me the enemy, well, what are you going to do? So be it. Don't call me a liar, though. Don't call me a fraud. Don't call me a sellout. Don't call me a shill. Because the only thing that I've done is tell the truth. And the last time I checked, I thought that was the point. We have the 8 easy facts to falsify flat earth. You can do this yourself. You don't need NASA. You don't need anybody in authority. You can actually do it yourself. Number 1, the South Celestial Pole exists. You can go down there and look at it for yourself, or you can call somebody, or you can believe me, or you can believe the people that have done it, or not. But if you want to get to the truth, this is the best way. Number 2, the South Pole exists. If there's a celestial pole, what do you think's below it? Why would the whole world all of a sudden not be what it's presented as? If we have a North Pole, and we know that we go stand there, we look up, there's Polaris, we look down, we're on the North Pole. Same thing is true, South Celestial Pole, look down, you're on the South Pole. We've got upside down and backwards moving sun and moon. Very easy to ascertain. You can go take a trip to South Africa and you'll see all these things yourself. Number 4, one of the big ones, the Tropic of Capricorn direction, clearly goes to the left. It clearly means that the Earth goes to the left. It does not curve to the right like the Flat Earth says. Southern stars have always been a problem for Flat Earth. They've never been explained, and they are explained perfectly on a sphere. Number 6, the circumpolar stars in the south are a huge problem for Flat Earth because they don't make any sense. They would never exist if it was a flat earth. And we've got sunset and sunrise times, tilts and angles, or times and angles. So I didn't get to this point. I didn't tell you. So the score is, if you want to do a scoreboard, the globe Earth predicts every sunrise for every location on Earth pretty much perfectly. Maybe it's off a couple minutes, but again, with refraction, I can see it being off a couple minutes. Who cares? It's a couple minutes. The flat Earth has never predicted one sunrise or sunset time or angle for any location on any day in any year in any decade in any century. None.